Hello everybody, my name is James, hope you're doing well and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about a Max Verstappen trick that's been revealed, as well as how Adrian Newey came up with his concept for Aston Martin. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Formula 1 content. Also make sure to follow me on Instagram and X at James's Pit Lane. I'll leave links in the description, but let's jump straight into the video. So let's start with Aston Martin, and while the first day of pre-season testing in Bahrain did not go well for Aston Martin really. I mean, Lance Stroll was limited to just 36 laps by a power unit issue and finished more than 5 seconds off the pace and well down the order. Now, times do not mean anything at this stage. It's about reliability, doing long runs, making sure everything is working as you expect in the new regulations. But yeah, they only did 36 laps on day 1. So yeah, a lot to do on days 2 and 3 in Bahrain this week. Still though, the new Aston Martin has grabbed everyone's attention since it broke cover in the recent Barcelona test. Now, this was the first Aston Martin designed by Formula 1 design legend Adrian Newey, who joined the team in March 2025, and there are certainly some standout elements to the car, such as the rear suspension being mounted to the rear wing pillar and the aggressive side pods. And now Newey has revealed how he came up with the concept behind the new AMR 26 while on gardening leave from Red Bull, with Newey saying, as quoted by The Race, "The philosophy really, I suppose, came in my garden leave time when I joined the team on the 2nd of March, but I was on gardening leave from late April effectively. We all knew that the regulations were published, so I just tried to sit back and think, okay, just think from first principles. What are these regulations? What could be a possible solution? So I came up with a philosophy. Then when I started at the team on March 2nd, I kind of discussed that philosophy with the aerodynamicists and designers at Aston Martin. We all agreed that seemed a viable proposal, and that's what we followed ever since." Now, away from Aston Martin, the team Newey left, which is Red Bull of course, seemed to be the benchmark in Bahrain so far. Of course, there is still a lot of running to do. However, when you look at how the Barcelona shakedown went, which was okay for Red Bull, what they've done in Bahrain is seriously impressive. I mean, Max Verstappen did over 100 laps on the first day. He was very consistent with his times, and it's all very impressive, especially considering that Red Bull is making its own engines for the first time from this year, and Mercedes even fears it's well behind Red Bull with its energy deployment in F1 right now, as it claims it's losing 1 second per lap on the straights to its rival. And I did a video on this earlier on today, and if you want to find out more, I'll leave a link to that video in the description. Now, in the new regulations this year, energy management and recharging the battery is very essential. I mean, it's key to recharge the battery as much as possible in order to feed the much more powerful MGU-K, and there are different ways of doing this, like more extreme lifting and coasting. But Red Bull's Verstappen seems to have another approach as well, and this has been revealed by The Race, with The Race saying, "Early on the first day of Formula 1's Bahrain test, it was apparent Max Verstappen was doing something others were not. Verstappen has been an early proponent of using an unorthodox downshifting technique that offered us the first real sign of potential tricks to using high revving engines to help charge the batteries. Nothing crazy has quite come to pass, but throughout Wednesday's running, Verstappen was consistently using first gear where it would never normally be needed, and where initially everyone else was using second gear. Before this, the slow turn 10 left-hander would normally be taken in second gear, and by the majority, it still is. So the big spike in revs and the squirm under braking when Verstappen flashed into view on a push lap for the first time was striking. Verstappen downshifted to first gear while still doing a lot of the braking work, so the rev rise was significant, but obviously within the engine's tolerances, and the car behaviour shifted a lot too." And The Race also said that another specific pattern, for example, was Verstappen seemingly downshifting in pairs as he moved down the gearbox, for example doing 5th to 4th to 3rd as a double downshift, then a slight pause, then 3rd to 2nd to 1st very quickly again. So yeah, it looks like early on in 2026, Verstappen is trying to come up with different ways to try and save the battery, try and give himself an advantage in Grand Prix. And it seems what Verstappen's doing could be quite difficult to replicate, with the race saying that what Verstappen was doing all day in the Red Bull, Audi switched to quite early late in the morning, having initially started in the more conventional manner. Both Gabriele Bortoleto in the morning and Nico Hülkenberg in the afternoon didn't look particularly comfortable with what the car was doing. It seemed a lot more disruptive and uncomfortable to deal with. But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care.